Hello, this is Cody Wolf, and today we will look at Quark, a cryptocurrency. So let's start with Bitcoin. What's important to know about Bitcoin is that it's currently the #1 cryptocurrency. It has the first mover's advantage, and I won't get too much into Bitcoin in this video. Some good places to start though if you're interested, or a beginner would be Wikipedia. Reddit has some great subreddits. Bitcoins.com. David Siemens put together this PDF called the Bitcoin Primer. Here's a link to where you can download it for free. Coinbase.com is a great exchange for US residents where you can buy and sell Bitcoin. Very simple, hook into your bank account. And you also have YouTube, lots of great videos. A guy I follow is the Mad Bitcoins channel. Has some really funny videos. So what is Quark? On July 21st, 2013, a new digital currency, Quark, symbol QRK, was announced on the Bitcoin Talk forum, an open source blockchain-based digital currency using 6 different hashing functions. It is designed to be more secure and easier to spend than Bitcoin. Now this article recently came out in a German newspaper, Der Freitag, called "Let's Put an End to the Bank's Monopoly." I've translated it here to English, and let me read a few snips. Since the middle of 2013, the mainstream media has not been able to spin Bitcoin as just an underground hacker's obsession. With the closure of the online drug marketplace Silk Road, which only accepted Bitcoin as payment, the image of the cryptocurrency has been improved. Even eBay has suggested that it may accept Bitcoin in the future. But what is the deal with this pioneering alternative currency? What are the biggest problems, and which follow-up projects deserve to be looked at more closely? Take a step into the crypto scene and you will find an intelligent network of developers and followers. The original idea behind the crypto scene was in direct opposition to the current money system. All new projects called altcoins, which Quark is an example, are openly discussed during development, then published and analyzed by the community. This allows newbies to quickly discover what is going on and who is responsible for each project. Speculation, conjecture, and analysis are standard practice. The pessimists see such practices as a negative, where the optimists know that it's better to have everything out in the open so they can be freely discussed. This way of thinking and organizational structure offer the perfect platform for innovation to take place. The cryptocurrency review presented by the mainstream media makes the crypto scene look like something out of the far future. They question whether Bitcoin can establish itself or if it's just in a speculative bubble ready to pop. But in many specialized internet forums, unseen by the masses, quantum leaps in the fields of computer science and theoretical mathematics are being made. These theories are quickly accepted, rejected, or disputed, but everything is out in the open for further scrutiny and development by the community. Here, the question isn't so much whether Bitcoin will survive, but rather which parts of it are going to be most useful and allow other cryptocurrencies to be used as the actual payment method of the future. So this is a nice infographic comparing Quark to Bitcoin. So blazing speed with high encryption. The big difference: Quark has a built-in stronger security, faster confirmations, and cheaper mining. This provides a more stable currency where merchants and businesses can flourish. I'll just touch on a few points here. The first one is the supply. You'll see that Quark has 247 million quarks. The majority of those have already been mined, and additional quarks will be released or mined at roughly a 0.5% inflation rate. On the Bitcoin side, there is a limited cap of 21 million Bitcoins that will ever exist, and at this point there's currently been around 12 million Bitcoins mined. The last Bitcoin will be mined in the year 2140. The next one let's look at is blocks. I find this one interesting because a typical Bitcoin block takes 10 minutes. This is how long it takes for a block to be created. So a 10-minute transaction time, uh, to complete a peer-to-peer transaction with Bitcoin. On the Quark side, this is reduced to 30-second blocks. So 20 times the speed, transaction speed with Quark. And the next one let's look at here is security. So not only is Quark 20 times faster in block generation, but when you look at security, Bitcoin has an encryption algorithm called SHA-256. This is super secure algorithm encryption. It's never been broken. Very secure. One hashing function. On the Quark side, they use 6 different hashing functions. So you can think of the hashing function as the door to the bank vault. So where Bitcoin has one very secure door, Quark has 6 different doors. Each one of those has a different type of encryption or algorithm. So it's 6 different puzzles you would have to solve to break Quark, making this effectively 6 times the security of Bitcoin and 20 times the speed. So let's take a look at quarkcoins.com. This is a nice comparison as well. We all agree that Bitcoin has paved the way for other cryptocurrencies to enter the market. The question is, how are these currencies different or any better? Below is a running discussion on Bitcoin versus Quarkcoin and how they differ. We will let you decide on which makes the better currency. So let's start with security. Bitcoin, like most cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin uses a single hash function, or SHA-256. Quarkcoin is super secure and uses a different hashing algorithm with 9 rounds of hashing from 6 hashing functions. 3 rounds deliver a random hashing function. Even though most believe the SHA-256 is sufficient at present, technology is always changing and improving. The multiple hash gives a further layer of security against unknowns that will enter the market in the future. High level, Quarkcoin is 6 times more secure than Bitcoin. Mining. Bitcoin, 1 block every 10 minutes. This is kind of one of the things a lot of people have problems with Bitcoin. It's a slow transaction time. If we look at Quarkcoin, blocks are generated every 30 seconds, which is very fast. Again, 20 times the ability to mine a block, 20 times the speed with Quarkcoin, allowing 20 times the transaction speed, which I think is going to be make this very appealing to online retailers, for examples. Distribution. In the beginning, Bitcoin was mined for several years by only 30 to 40 people. Currently, it is virtually impossible for a single individual, the regular Joe, to mine Bitcoin. KNC Miner just released a new miner and sold out in 24 hours, selling all 1,200 units at $10,000 each. What this is saying is that in any type of protocol, it's decentralized, so you need different people to be mining the blocks. With Bitcoin, it's already gotten so big that there's specialized machines now that are very expensive that do nothing but focus on mining the blockchain. So the average person can't just use your computer and download a miner and start doing mining, and you won't be able to mine your own Bitcoins. You have to get these specialized machines. Where if we look at Quarkcoin, the protocol is set up a little bit different when it comes to mining. Quarkcoin is a CPU based mining, so distribution is Quarkcoin's strong point, although some will argue the opposite. Since Quarkcoins were mined by CPU only, it was done by individuals at home, numbering in the thousands, as opposed to Bitcoins being mined by a very few. So CPU mining is basically things you can do that on your personal computer. So the Quark coin protocol is set up that if you try to use an ASIC miner, one of these powerful machines, you don't gain any type of advantage in mining Quark coin, where you do gain that advantage with Bitcoin. So Quark coin's set up for the regular Joe, the small guy, uh, to do the mining on his personal laptop, personal computer, and he will be able to mine and earn Quark coin. And this is also a nice advantage when it comes to things like the 51% attack. So since the regular person uh, will always be able to go in and mine using their CPU, there should always be a healthy network, decentralized network of nodes protecting from the 51% attack. Economics. Bitcoin. One weakness of Bitcoin is the limited coin supply. A total cap of only 21 million Bitcoins will ever be released, up until the year 2040. This sets it up for deflationary pressures, which cause demand to always trump supply. There is more incentive to buy and hold than to spend, so from this point of view, it can never truly be a viable currency in day-to-day transactions. Quark coin. Although there is no ideal, Quark coin will continue to release coins in perpetuity after the initial 247 million are mined at an inflation rate of 0.5% per year. This encourages continued mining as well as more use as a day-to-day transactional currency. Even though any cryptocurrency can be divided infinitesimally, people prefer to buy and transact in whole numbers. Ask someone if they want to buy Bitcoin at $1,000 and they believe it may be too expensive, although you can always just buy zero point 0.1 Bitcoin if you want. This is more of a psychological issue. Uh, I really agree with that as well. When people see Bitcoin at $1,000, it just seems expensive. Quark is 20 cents, 22 cents currently. So it seems like your money goes further. You can buy more Quark coin. And not only can you buy more Quark coin, it's 20 times faster and 6 times more secure. This is an example here in the Business Insider. It's just showing as far back to the mining. This was some new mining equipment came out that was recently released, $10,000, and it sold out immediately in 24 hours. So the Bitcoin, if you want to do Bitcoin mining, I would not recommend it unless you have a lot of money to invest in the right equipment. Quark mining, very simple. You can set it up on your personal PC. I don't personally do mining. I just invest and buy the Ether coins or my coins directly from the exchanges. So here at coinmarketcap.com, we can look at the cryptocurrency market capitalizations. So let me go ahead and refresh this. And we see Bitcoin is number one. It's currently at $923.97, and has a market cap of roughly 11 billion. Quark coin is currently at number 5. It's at 21 cents per quark, and that gives it a market cap of 52 million. And you see today was a really good day for Quark. It was up 97%. If you go back to quarkcoins.com, there's a link that'll walk you through the process of how to buy Quark. Let's go through this quickly. The first thing you need to do is you cannot buy Quark with US dollars yet. So what you need to do first is buy Bitcoin. Step one, you go into an exchange. I recommend Coinbase. Set up an account with Coinbase. Simple as setting up an email account. Get your Coinbase account created. You can hook it into your bank account to deposit money if you need to, or if you want. Once you get money deposited, buy some Bitcoin. Step two, you go to an exchange that trades multiple altcoins, that trades all the different types of coins like Quark coin, Bitcoin, Litecoin, etc. The one I recommend is Cryptsy. It's the largest exchange. So open an account on Cryptsy. Step 3, go back into your Coinbase account, go into the send section once you've purchased your Bitcoins, and send some Bitcoins to your Cryptsy account. And your Cryptsy account will have an address or a public key that looks something like this, and you just put that in your Coinbase send address just like you do an email address, and you send your Bitcoins over to your Cryptsy account. Step 4, go back into your Cryptsy account. Now that your Bitcoins are there, you go onto the exchange and you can buy Quark with your Bitcoin. Very simple process. You then have step 5. You can either leave your Quark coins on the exchange. My coins are currently on Cryptsy. You can also download wallets, and you can move your coins offline or onto your personal computer. QuarkSpin.com is an interesting website that'll let you spin Quark. You can actually buy from anywhere, eBay, Amazon, etc. And you can use Quark, and they'll help you do the process, the buying, go through the buying process. It is expensive. It's 20%. They charge a 20% fee. But as Quark begins to rise in value, this is probably worth checking out and helping to support new companies that are trying to do new things with Quark. We'll get into this in a second, but this is the BTC38 exchange, which is an exchange that the Chinese use to trade Bitcoin and other altcoins. And this is BTC38.com. The reason I'm showing you this is because on December 13th, BTC38.com will begin to offer Quark coin. So the Quark will open up to the Chinese market on December 13th. Keep in mind, the Chinese are one of the largest Bitcoin miners and are active consumers of Bitcoin and hold a large amount of the existing Bitcoin. Some other wild cards to consider. So the December 13th, when the Quark goes on the Chinese exchange, the Chinese are going to get in the action. My personal opinion, I think they're already aware of Quark. They know it has increased security, 6x the security, 20x the transaction speed, and they're going to be all over this come December 13th, and we'll see that reflected in the price. Another wild card, December 19th. December 19th, Bill Still, filmmaker behind the classic monetary documentary The Money Masters. He also has a subscription service, I believe, that has a following. He's going to appear on the Kaiser Report with Max Kaiser on the RT channel. And Quark coin is rumored to be a topic of discussion. Max Kaiser's a broadcaster, filmmaker. He's also a Bitcoin millionaire. He was one of the early adopters of Bitcoin. He's also a supporter of altcoin. So getting an endorsement or having these guys on the RT channel talking about Quark is probably going to be big, and also showing some upward movement in the price. And then some other wild cards that I just wanted to throw out here is you can go on eBay and you can see Quark priced at up to 200-300% of what the market price is. I'm guessing these are people who don't know the steps to go through and buy off the exchange, so that's something interesting to keep in mind. Another thing is that you can't buy Quark with US dollars yet. So I think there's a lot of backlog of people that would like to get into this cryptocurrency. They just don't know how. Uh, there's very little media coverage, next to zero on Quark, and next to zero YouTube videos or even websites that help you, you know, go through the different steps on how to buy Quark. Another thing that another wild card that I think people are going to find attractive is the mining. The fact that it's CPU centric, and the mining's not going to get isolated up to these few big companies that have these big expensive mining machines. With the CPU model, it's going to allow for that healthy amount of nodes of people being able to mine and earn Quark, and that's going to help protect the network. Psychology is another thing. As more and more people are seeing Bitcoin price stay high, remain stable, people are starting to do more and more research and learn about these cryptocurrencies and see that this really is going to be the future. It's not a scam. The Bitcoin protocol, you can do detailed research, read white papers on it. It's been reviewed, tested, and this is legitimate. The final wild card there is Amazon.com. What I think would be interesting for Quark is, with this faster transaction speed, more secure, more security, this is the perfect cryptocurrency for a retailer like Amazon.com to add as a payment option. Why pay the Visa 3% fees when you can go through Quark and transact in Quark at a much cheaper rate? So that could be something, anything like that, any big retailer adding Quark as a payment option could be a big boost. China. So we talked a little bit about the BTC38 exchange. So Quark is about to come on the market for the Chinese. I put a few articles here. One is that the Chinese central bank has came out against Bitcoin, or at least using it as a currency in financial transactions. So Yi Gang, Deputy Governor of the People's Bank of China. The comment I want to read here is his quote where he says, people should be free to buy and sell Bitcoins on the exchanges with no interference from the central bank, and that he would personally look at the digital currency with a long-term perspective. So even though the bank has put out some restrictions, the people are still allowed to buy Bitcoin. Essentially, the bank is just taken a more conservative stance and said that we're looking at this as a commodity. If you look in the New York Times, there was another article talking about the Chinese banks restricting Bitcoin's use. And again, if we look over here in this section, ordinary members of the public have the freedom to participate in Bitcoin transactions as a kind of commodity trading activity on the internet, provided they assume the risk themselves. So China's still on board with the cryptocurrencies. It's more from the central banking perspective that the restrictions are being set. Finally, up here you see a screenshot from Twitter just announcing December 13th is when we'll see Quark show up on the exchange. And again, Bitcoin came out in July 2013. We are very, very early in the S-curve. Right now, I would say we're at the beginning of the early adopters. So now is a good time to assemble. So what I'm thinking is that you'll see the cryptocurrencies break out into multiple tiers. Tier 1 probably is going to be Bitcoin. I can't see anything overtaking that at this point in time, at least. Tier 2, I'm predicting that we'll see a Quark type coin and possibly Litecoin. And I'm betting that Quark takes that tier 2 position. And tier 3 could be, there's some other different concepts out there. Ripple has an interesting type of altcoin, and Peercoin's another interesting coin I've been researching. In the end, though, I think we'll see these three different types of tiers, and maybe a king of each tier. So my bet is going to be that Quark is the tier 2 king. And again, it's super simple to buy Quark. Open a Coinbase account and deposit money. Buy Bitcoin with your Coinbase account. Open a Cryptsy account. Send Bitcoin from your Coinbase to your Cryptsy and trade Bitcoin for Quark on the Cryptsy exchange. I think we will see $2 Quark by the end of 2014. My YouTube channel is SweetGene05. This is Cody Wolf. Thanks for watching.